Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing another planner Commonplace Traveler's Notebook update. Just a kind of refresh of what's been happening in my notebooks lately, and oh my god, guys. Change is afoot because I decided that I'm going back to my tangible Commonplace book. Big gasps, I know. I am shocked. I'm shocked by this. I'm asking, who is she? Where did she come from? What is she doing? But we are gonna just give it a go. And I think I've figured out a way to jump back and forth, if that's something that I end up doing, while ending up with one final product. So follow my thought train with me, all aboard. So this is what I've been doing lately, and I think there might be a new page or two. I'm not sure. There is still a page I need to print off and add to it, but my thought is that if I jump back and forth and I do these, or I'm in my tangible one, at the end, when the tangible one is finished, I am going to take everything from this notebook, this binder. I'm going to put it in this one. So they're roughly the same size. They will stick out a little bit. This is why I haven't done it yet, because I don't want to carry around these pages with them like sticking out. I guess I should have explained why. Let's back up a little bit. I'm getting excited. I'm getting ahead of myself. This tangible one is a lot easier to do when I'm at work. So on lunch, I like to read. So I have been trying to figure out a way to like take notes while I'm reading and to put into my Commonplace, because I tend to do a lot of quotes and stuff, as you've seen here. Like all of these are book quotes. So it's mostly a book journal with some other stuff sprinkled in, like all book stuff, pottery stuff. So I wanted a way to still commonplace, but make it more accessible to my everyday, because this one worked really well when I was at home and had like the softwares and I had like the free time in order to do this. I am not gravitating towards my office when I get home from work anymore. Like I'm hanging out in the living room, I'm watching TV, I'm reading a book. I'm not looking to get back at another computer after I've already spent 8 hours at one. Like it's just not something I'm doing. So I don't feel as interested as updating like this one as I am being able to bring this along with me every single day and just adding stuff to it when I feel like it. So that's the backstory. Back to how I'm combining them together at the end of the year. So I think I marked it. This is where I restarted using my Commonplace. So the ultimate plan at the end is just to shove these guys in here. I might take out these because I already have them in this one. But like, it's not ideal, sure. I understand that. But this way, at least it'll be a complete entity by the end. I think I'm halfway through the notebook itself. And so if I don't switch back and forth that often, this will be fine. Like she'll be able to close and she can sit on my bookshelf looking all happy and uniform. So that is the ultimate plan. I like ripped that girl. She's a mess. But what kind of led me back into the tangible one as well is that for my birthday, we did this like blind date book themed party. So everyone brought me a wrapped blind date with a book. And I wanted to track like which books, which people got me. I just thought it would be interesting. So as I'm opening them and reading them, I write down who gave it to me and the title of the book. So I've currently opened 5, and I think I have probably 10 or 15 more books. So I thought this whole spread would work. And I'm still feeling the same like stress I used to feel when I used my tangible notebook. It's like, is this going to be enough space or not? I'm hoping it is, because I've committed to it. Because on the next page, I wrote some notes from a book, and I honestly don't know which one it was. That's not helpful. So I leave this space for the photo of the book cover, but I don't know. I think this was push. So I will double check because I like bookmark or like I tab the books so I can look back and see if this quote matches with that. So that's another thing that kind of is difficult that I am still trying to figure out, is the like adding sticker elements to this. I don't know if the book I'm reading will have a bunch of quotes in it or not, so I don't automatically make the sticker. I could probably do that because I've been making my like sticker sheet to update my planner about once a week, so I could just make the stickers ahead of time, but I'm currently just trying to like use the Commonplace. That has been the running theme of these videos, is like, she's not using her Commonplace, help. So I think I'm trying to like avoid putting barriers up, like, oh, I can't write this down until I have the sticker of the cover. So I'm gonna do, I think, this, where I like know the dimensions and leave it blank, but maybe I will write in pencil. Since I carry a pencil around, if you saw my last video, I use pencil occasionally in my planner now for like meetings that are booked, but I expect them to change or could potentially change. I use pencil. So I have one with me. So maybe I'll just write the name here and then I can put the sticker on top of it. I think that'll work. But I do have quite a sneaky suspicion that the majority of my Commonplace entries will be book related. However, I am starting a master's degree. I am getting a MBA. So this is also something I'd like to ask your advice about. I am going to be taking notes for that, and I am torn between doing all my notes in my Commonplace, which could be cool to have like, this is the book I'm reading, but I'm also studying accounting for managers, and doing like the side-by-side could be interesting. Or do I make an insert, a specific insert in my traveler's notebook to keep notes? I am leaning towards, honestly, I'm not leaning towards anyone. Right now in this current conversation we're having, I'm leaning towards the Commonplace because I like how big the page is. That is nice to take notes, but it's a completely online MBA, so I'll just be taking notes like as I'm reading and stuff. So it might be better to put it in here. But how do I know how much space to give? And I don't want to be like, if I'm reading just one textbook, I don't want it to be like, Chapter 1, 2 quotes about books, Chapter 2. So that is why I think I need to just kind of start the master's program. I haven't been to college in over a decade. So I think I just need to start to understand like the types of notes and content that I am going to be absorbing. Like if I'm reading a lot of like separate articles, if that becomes a part of it, maybe the Commonplace would be better. I want it to work in the Commonplace because it'd be cool, but I think an insert is going to be the better option. And that way on the cover, I can put like which classes notes they are. So I think I might be leaning towards this actually more. I want to lean towards this, but I think I have to lean towards that. So I've just been carrying it around and giving it a try and seeing what happens with it, because I love it. I love the tangible one because I put so much effort into it, but I am trying to not do too much of this anymore. If it just becomes simple and just handwriting, I do need to figure out my like dating system. I want to kind of record that a bit better. So maybe I'll put like information on the side, like write the title of the book or when I read it, like the date range. Like I was doing a bit better in my digital one, was writing like the entry date. So maybe doing that on this. I'm not sure, but she's not giving up. That is the moral of the story, is I really want to finish this notebook. I think that would be amazing. I put so much effort into making it cute with all these stickers, and I do reach for it to look for very specific things. So I think the practice of Commonplace is working, like using this as a tool to like store my brain. That is working. So whether or not it's online or in here, I think it's going to only get better, even if it just becomes books. That's fine. That's what I'm interested in. That's what I'm doing. Like it feels like that's gonna be okay. So I'm trying to, and in most of my planning, more now than ever, give myself some space and understanding that like it's gonna change, it's gonna adapt, like it's gonna be fine. She will live, but like I should do this more, this like color coding. And I always have my mild liners with me, so I can always add some color. And I usually have a few stickers with me in the back of my traveler's notebook, like bigger die cut stickers, and then these like smaller sheets. I forget the brand of these. They are, whoa, hello, muffin. Okay, we're gonna have to put you somewhere. They're violet stickers. I just really like them for this sort of thing. So I will usually have both of these things on hand. Like this is always with me. This is usually in my backpack. So at the very least, I can add a little bit of decor and cute stuff to it. I don't even think a muffin is relevant to this story, but we're gonna put it there. Speaking of graduate school, I plan on just making another color. I have a very specific color coding system for my planner, which is around here somewhere. And I don't have like a key or a log or a guide for it because like in my mind, she knows it. She knows it. My mind knows it. So blue is my personal stuff. So you'll see that a lot in the evenings or like on lunch is when I do a lot of my blue stuff. But orange is my work stuff. Pink is for the retail store and green is for Alex. Like it just is. It just makes sense. So I need to decide what color to do for grad school. So it's an MBA. So my first reaction is brown because brown is boring business brown. Like that just seems like what it is to me. My purple used to be personal, but now it's kind of like dried out. So I don't really want to use that. I could use, why do I have two of these? What is happening? I think one belongs at my desk because it's a lot older and she just came home with me. So here are my options. Yellow to me still, I used to use it for like in-person meetings. Maybe yellow should become the master's program because it's so garish, like you see it when it's in your planner. So maybe that is what I should do. Honestly, asking your opinion because I can't decide. I worry that the blue is too similar to personal, so we can't do that one. These are Alex and work. And then this one is the retail stores. So the only other color options we have left are these. And this one is almost too close to the retail store. This one is, I feel like drying up, but I could use this one. This could work. But to me, I'm leaning more towards these. These ones scream business school. So maybe if I take two classes, currently I have one on the schedule. I don't know if I want to switch the colors actually. If I want all my MBA to be one color and then not divide it based on class. I think that is the correct answer. So we are working through this audibly right in this moment. Yellow used to be like meetings that I had in person that I needed to look good for. So I don't know if it's still tainted like that for me or if it's bright enough that this is actually better. But brown to me is boring business brown, which is maybe not the best mindset to go into possibly a 2 to 3 year engagement of education by calling it boring business brown. But we will also never forget. I think the gray is fine, but I think it'll get lost, so I won't notice. So my plan is to use these to like highlight things in my to-do list that is like this assignment is due today. It'll be colored in and then I'll write it here is what I'm thinking. Or I'll use the bottom section to be like, write the paper and use one of these colors. So what do you guys think? Brown or yellow? I am very torn between the two. I think I'm leaning towards boring business brown, but don't let that sway you. Let me know your opinions. So along that line, I was wondering if I should start color coding my to-do list. I might be overcomplicating things and just adding too many elements, but my to-do lists get very mixed right now. Like there is work stuff, there is retail stuff, there is like personal stuff. Should I color code it? And does it matter? I was just thinking of doing the like side little check boxes to like kind of have a log. It could be interesting. It could be like a cool thing to kind of see where my work, like what I'm doing during the day, like where does it lead. I am not sure though if it's something I will keep up with, so maybe I'll try it for a week and see what happens. Another thing I have been struggling with in my planner is this front section here. So in the past, which I have my January to June, I have been doing the pottery, like my 3 favorite pieces, and then also tracking sales at the store of my pottery. And like in June, I didn't actually produce any pieces, like finished pieces of work. So this kind of like, now that I have the full-time job, I'm not going to the studio. We actually canceled our membership, so the studio has moved back into my home. So my hope is that I get back into making more pottery, but I also feel like I could track that somewhere else or find a spot for it if that like has resurgence. But for the past 2 months, it's definitely dwindled. Like I've only produced like 1 thing in the past 2 months, but I still like using this as a way to see like the sales and like the money related to it. I also thought it could be interesting to track YouTube ad sales because that is just like a number that I would be interested in knowing. Like I don't get paid tons of money on this YouTube channel. I don't think you guys are surprised by that fact. Like it's not a lot, but it would be interesting to see alongside like the pottery sales, like this extra like passive, it's not overly passive income, like I'm still doing stuff for it, but like a separate stream of income outside my job. So that could be an interesting thing to keep down at the bottom, but I think I need to figure out what else to do here. I don't want to do work accomplishments because I have another way of tracking that. I used to use this before pottery as like work highlights or things that we've accomplished in the small business, but I've created something new for my day job. So I will show you guys that shortly, but I am trying to figure out what it will look like here. So maybe I'll do like a pottery piece, a book, but then does that just become like my favorites? I don't know. But I think the bottom line, I'll do YouTube ad revenue and pottery sales, because the pottery sales might fall off. If I'm not making pottery, there won't be pottery sales. So I'm trying to figure that out. I currently have no clue. I made these really cute things last month though. They are little trinket dishes. I'm gonna zoom in for you. They are trinket dishes that look like ice cream sandwiches. So pretty excited about it. Still loving pottery, but it's just not something that is fitting into my routine lately. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm still very unsure of how August is gonna play out with that. On to how I am tracking my work accomplishments. I made this insert. So each week I am making a section with the date range and then which week it is. I just think it's gonna be really funny when it's like week 130. I'm just mostly doing that for my enjoyment. And I think this is also gonna be a really nice tool come like, what's it called? When you get annual reviews, to have like a documentation of like, this is what I've accomplished in the last year, please give me a raise kind of thing. So I've been writing down just like quick notes about what I've done each week. So like week 1 obviously was like all the trainings, and I like did my new employee onboarding, and it's so interesting already. It's only been 5-6 weeks to get to like see how much has changed already from week 1 to where we are at now, and the big changes and stuff that are happening. So I just think I'm gonna really appreciate this, and it was the type of thing that you have to start like immediately. Like you don't want to get too far behind. I think I started week 3 making this list, and I was already forgetting like what I accomplished in the first 2 weeks. So I'm so thankful that I thought to do this when I did, so that it's from week 1 I have stuff, which is just gonna be so cool and exciting. So this is where I'm gonna put all my little work accomplishments, and it is my 4th insert in my TN. So since we're in here, TN update, love her, value her, she's so important to me. My to-do list is going really well. I recently updated it with a bunch of new stuff from work. For the first couple of weeks, I wasn't adding the to-dos in here, but now I'm back at it. So updating my goals sheet, it's mostly just reading. That's really it. Like we canceled our gym membership. We canceled our pottery membership. I am not filling a TM with doodles. I will be traveling internationally. And then, I mean, content is being made. So like some progress is being made on the goals, but also so much has changed. Like we're being flexible, we're being adaptable. I say this every time, like can't be too hard on yourself, you know? You're trying your best. My notes page, my notes insert is tons of like work related notes and thoughts. This cool little insert that I'm super proud of, like, can you imagine this being filled? Like how many weeks is that? I don't know. That's exciting. And then my stickers, of course, love her. She's my favorite. So my TN is wonderful and perfect, and I'm still shocked that I just like felt like I woke up one day. I actually should go back and watch the videos when I like announced that I was going back in the Traveler's Notebook to try and see like my thought process, because now it feels like duh, so obvious. I think I started last October. Like she is such a like pivotal key component of my system. Like the Commonplace, who knows what she's doing, but like these two things are it. Like this is where it happens. So I'm curious to see like my worries and fears about her. So maybe I'll go back and watch those, but that is what has been going on. We are deep into getting into the job and the routine and figuring out the rest of summer. And I am very thankful to have my planners and to be back making videos for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to see more content from me as I juggle owning my own business, working a full-time job, and going to graduate school. What is she thinking? But yeah, come along on that journey. Let me know if you'd be interested in vlogs, because I am thinking I might. And if you guys encourage me, I will absolutely do that. So thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.